The Fargo 5, I'm Conrad Fargo. This is the city of frost and fire. What is all about this north of normal metro? Well, you're going to find out one person at a time. This is the Fargo 5. We're here with Hannah Stelter. She's a local artist and the owner of Scribble Lady. Hello, Hannah.
Hi, thank you for having me.
And now it's Hannah, not Hannah.
Correct.
Okay. And you are not from Fargo originally. You were born in Mankato. That's like South Minnesota?
I was actually born in California.
Oh, that's the vibes.
Yeah.
I get it. Okay. Okay. And then when did you get to Mankato?
Well, I moved to the cities when I was 1, so I can't really say that I'm a Californian. I only lived there for a year, and then I was mainly raised in Mankato.
Okay. But your parents are from Cali?
No, neither of them, actually.
Okay. When somebody was telling me, like, California has the most exodus, but it also has the most stickiness of people. So I think it's people who move to California, don't stay, and then leave. So anyway, your parents come back, they come to Mankato. And how long were you in Mankato? When did you get to Fargo?
Well, I was in Mankato from 3rd grade all the way through high school. So I usually just say I was raised there. And then I moved to Moorhead for college, went to MSUM for 4 years. So I've been here about 7 years now.
What degree did you get at MSU?
I have a degree in graphic design, and I have a minor. I have a double minor, actually, a minor in studio art and advertising.
Okay. Okay. Very cool. And so you now own Scribble Lady. What was the transition from Moorhead? So you graduate out of MSUM. Mm-hmm. And then do you go get a job or do you start the business? Like, what does that transition look like?
Yeah, so I actually started my business while I was in college.
Oh.
So my junior year of college was the year of the pandemic. I lost my job, all my classes went online, and I found myself with like a ton of extra free time. So I started sharing my art on TikTok and Instagram, and I built a pretty big following on TikTok in 2020. I made an online store called Designed by Hannah, and I started selling my art. And then
was that local? Now, was that like a local sales or your online store that was probably shipping out to everywhere, or how was that?
Yeah, global. It's still like kind of weird for me to like think about, but the year of 2020, I grew my TikTok to over 500,000 followers, and it was people all over the world. And I'd post a video drawing like a sticker that I made, and then I would sell 200 of them like that day. It was insane. It was crazy. And I was shipping things all over. Then after the pandemic, I started doing in-person shows. So like the farmer's market or the Fargo Street Fair and like that kind of stuff.
Why? So online was going so well for you. It sounds like you were making plenty of money, or was it just not enough? Or why go from you're doing a global audience, which seems like there's a large access, to many, many different people, and then you went very, very small to do just an event, right? Rather than having access to millions of people, you have access to maybe dozens. You know, how many people walk by and actually want to buy your products? What was that transition like, and why?
Yeah, it's a super interesting thing, but I feel like for a lot of small businesses, like the years after the pandemic, there was a really big decline in online shopping as people were like,
I'm sick of being online.
Yeah. And like online, I was making decent money online, but it wasn't actually until I did an in-person pop-up event that I was like, oh yeah, I could quit my part-time job and do this full time.
Yeah.
Because at in-person shows, you have a lot larger opportunity to make a large amount of money in one small moment.
I see.
And now I would say like 50% of my income comes from in-person events, and I travel all over the U.S. for them. I don't just do them in Fargo.
Wow. And I think a lot of people say to themselves, I want to do something online because I'll have access to all those people. But yeah, I've found in my personal life too, there's something different that happens when it's face to face, and you're able to make things happen, close that sale maybe a little easier when you're with the person. So when did that turn into Scribble Lady though? Or so you had to sign, or that's a whole new thing, or tell me about that.
Yeah, and this is the confusing thing. A lot of people are confused about this, so I'm glad you asked. I started my business as Designed by Hannah, and after a while I was sharing my videos. I use a pen that's made out of glass, so they like get a lot of attention because of that. And then people started asking me if they could buy this pen made out of glass. So then I found a manufacturer for the pen, someone who will blow them for me, and then made my own little kit that comes with tutorials on how to use it. And I started selling these glass pens. And online, that became my #1 selling product, was a glass pen kit that teaches you how to make art. And I found myself wanting to like continue working on my fine art, my paintings, selling at art shows, galleries, exhibitions and stuff. But my whole like following was like, we just want to learn how to draw and we want to buy your art supplies. And I had the option to just give up on half of my business, say like, you know what, I'm not selling art supplies anymore. I'm going to focus on my fine art. But what I really wanted to do was everything. I love inspiring other people and teaching them how to make art and how to have fun making art, because that's like a really big thing that I struggled with when I was younger. So that's kind of what Scribble Lady is all about. So I decided in 2022 to kind of split my two businesses. One, Designed by Hannah. I usually just go by Hannah Stelter as a fine artist now. Focuses on my artwork, my fine art about body positivity, self-love, empowerment. And then Scribble Lady is more of an art supply and gift shop. We sell the glass pen kits, but we also sell other art supplies where you can like get tutorials that teach you how to use the supplies. They're all beginner friendly. They're all high quality and encouraging people to just start making art. And we sell stickers and other kinds of stuff like that too.
So it started as an online store, and you had the supplies for the art supplies online, and then you said to yourself, well, I want to keep this business going. I need more supplies. So then because this Scribble Lady is a physical shop, right? How did it go from, right? You understand? I'm trying to picture.
Yeah.
So you've got this burgeoning art supply online thing that you're trying to get a handle of, and then it's not enough to pay the bills, right? You said most of your money wasn't coming from that, and you say to yourself, I don't want to let it go though, so you go big or go home and open up a shop? Like that's...
Yes, no, that's not correct. So online store was doing really well.
Okay.
My online store was called designedbyhannah.com. I sold stickers, I sold glass pen kits, and I sold my fine art. But the problem was like I had like $5 products like stickers and cute little like things like pillow covers, that kind of stuff. And then like my fine art is like $8,000.
I see.
And so my audience was kind of like two different people, like people who want to buy fun stickers, who want to learn how to make their own art, who have watched my tutorials, are inspired by it. And then the other group is people who love my artwork and want to purchase it and collect it and hang it in their home. And there's a ton of overlap, which is why it was fine that it was all together for a long time. But by splitting them into two separate businesses, it's really allowed me to focus on the direction that my fine art is going and finding collectors to collect my artwork, and then also having a targeted place for people to learn and be inspired and feel safe to try new things with art. And Scribble Lady was also originally an online store, and then I had a pop-up location over the holidays of 2022.
I see.
And then the pop-up location went really, really well, and I saw the benefits of it for the community, and that's when I decided to open the physical store, mainly because I was tired of having all of my employees like crammed down in my little basement art studio, and I felt bad for them because they weren't getting sunlight, and I had such a beautiful vision for a fun storefront, and so we made it happen.
Very good. Well, that's the first segment. They go quick. I should have warned you. 5 minutes goes by fast, and it's been 7. You sent me a bunch of Renee Rapp music. I don't know who that is. Why don't you, we're going to play a couple of her songs. We're going to start with Willow. You want to tell me about that song and why, what that one might mean to you, or why you chose it?
Well, Renee Rapp is, if you don't know who she was Regina George in the new Mean Girls, the musical. I'm obsessed with all of her music, and I just have been like really obsessed with Willow lately, so that's why I gave you that one as the first one. Very
good. Well, we will listen to this Mean Girl, and when we come back, we'll have Fargo fun, so don't go nowhere.